So we all know that the topic of player safety has been of increased discussion in the football world. We've heard the stories of the damaging effects that CTE has on the brain, Antonio Brown Exhibit 1, and the scary rates at which retired NFL players are affected. So leagues of all levels have put rules in place to protect the long-term health of these athletes. But clearly it's an ongoing process with finding a happy medium between player safety and changing the whole heart and soul of the sport, because some of these calls are going way too far.
That swim, we get that push, and I mean, come on now.
But at the same time, looking back at hits like this makes my stomach turn a little bit. I mean, I think we can all agree that we don't like seeing dudes being put in the fencing position. So what else can be done to assure we get this high-flying, hard-hitting sport we all know and love without players having to sacrifice their future health in the process? The answer may surprise you. No helmets. Now, I'm not going to try and pretend like I came up with this idea. It's been in discussion for a long time, but I recently saw this commercial promoting the National Rugby League coming to Las Vegas, and to be honest, it looked pretty cool. But specifically, this frame caught my eye. No helmets. And it got my noodle thinking a little bit. What if football had no helmets? Is there any data to suggest that one sport is safer than the other? And what would football without helmets look like? Well, let's take a look. So specifically talking about rugby and football, it seems like there's a common belief that rugby is safer. Even our own president runs with this narrative.
I'd rather have my children playing rugby now for health reasons than I would have them playing football. Fewer people get hurt playing rugby, and you have no equipment. You have 280-pound guys like we do, and you just don't hit each other in the head very often.
This will be the first and last time politics are brought up on this channel, hopefully. But some of the studies and numbers are a little bit more blurry than that. According to this article, rugby injuries, including concussions, were up to 4 times greater than American football. However, comparing the two sports is a bit apples and oranges. Rugby games are longer, different rules, different play styles, and just overall tackling technique. And there are some studies that suggest that if you adjust for the time played, football is actually more dangerous. But in almost any conversation about the safety of football, helmets are brought up. Many think that adding helmets to protect players actually did the opposite by giving them a false sense of security when ramming headfirst into the other team. And if the helmets were reduced entirely, it would drastically reduce those blows to the head, as players would naturally be more conscious of the danger involved. Granted, helmet-to-helmet contact is illegal in today's sport, but still happens on every single play. New research is pointing out that repeated low-velocity hits can be just as damaging as those high-velocity impacts that typically put the players in concussion protocols, suggesting that these battles in the trenches could actually be the most dangerous part of the sport. Small hits to the head over and over throughout the course of a game and the course of a career can lead to irreversible lifetime damage. So aside from these targeting rules and these lame penalties, what has the sport done to make it safer for players? Well, researchers at Stanford are developing a carbon fiber liquid shock absorbing helmet that reduces the effect of low and high velocity impacts up to 30%. Sounds pretty promising for future athletes, although the concern that some have with the tech is that it doesn't prevent the neck from snapping back and rattling the brain inside. But no doubt with time, more and more technology will be developed to further protect these players. Although hopefully not too many advances, because according to Plainsboro Pete, AI is actually the future of football and could just replace these players altogether. You can't hurt anyone if no one's playing. So let's say hypothetically that football did in fact take helmets and pads away for player safety. What would that look like? Well, luckily for us, we don't have to speculate because we already have just that in the A7FL. Officially established in 2015, the A7FL is a full contact padless football league. It still has all the high-flying violence, but with no helmets. And honestly, checking out their channel on YouTube, it's pretty awesome. Imagine what it would look like if we had world-class athletes playing in this league, because some argue that without pads, the sport becomes faster, more athletic, and allows athletes to push themselves just that much further. And I don't disagree with that after seeing some of these A7FL highlights. And can I just say, the guys in this league are absolute dogs. I don't know how much they get paid, if at all, but everyone needs to go give them a look because they have a really fun product. So is football ever going to get rid of helmets? I mean, who knows? Probably not. It would be a huge undertaking and would change the whole culture of America's favorite sport. And in my opinion, it would also take a hit aesthetically getting rid of the shoulder pads and helmets. I mean, so much history and brand recognition goes into those helmets, but I'm sure there would be a way around it. Maybe some of those softer pad helmets that they use in the 7-on-7 leagues. Would the jerseys be some kind of dry fit t-shirt? All of these are very important questions. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Let me know if you want to see any other videos, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.